God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
What is going on in Canton, Massachusetts? Somebody do something. There's so much to say. Right now, I just want to address one thing. It's the only question that was brought up in a Body in the Snow documentary. The only allegation, the only question that had any legitimacy whatsoever against Karen Read. And I'm going to address it right now. If John fell in the house, why didn't they just call 911? Like all questions, particularly in this case, you have to look beyond the surface to answer it. And you know what? It's not complicated. First, let's think about who the people in the house were. A veteran police officer of the Boston Police Department, an ATF agent who had had documented interactions for the weeks before this event with Karen Read behind John O'Keefe's back. We have evidence at the waterfall of Brian Higgins directly pointing to John and saying, come on, bro, let's go. Like, you're coming, okay? So we know 100% that Brian Higgins wanted to speak to John O'Keefe. And based on everything we've seen, he wasn't trying to beat John up to try to get Karen for himself. He was trying to tell him what Karen was doing. You also have to factor in that these two men had been drinking all day. By the time midnight rolls around, and we know, by the way, that Brian Higgins doesn't drink beer, he only drinks whiskey.
I knew kind of from the onset when I got in there, it probably wasn't going to be a long time because I'm not a beer drinker and that's what they had.
The man is faced. You don't think it's possible that Higgins is waiting for John at the front door? As soon as he walks in the door, he says, come on, bro, I got to tell you something. Come down the stairs. He's in the basement. The dog is down there to keep the dog away from all the frickin' people in the house. The dog who was rehomed conveniently. He walks into the house. He goes right down into the basement. He immediately says, your girl has been trying to get with me. She came to my house last week. She tried to hook up with me. I want no part of it. John, he's not like, wow, thanks for that. Thank you so much, Brian, for looking out for me. He's like, oh. That he then tries to hit Brian Higgins, or Brian Higgins maybe hits him, takes a punch. John stumbles and falls, cracks his head open, and two of these trained first responders, military men, don't immediately see that that injury is likely to be fatal, that they're going to have involuntary manslaughter charges on them. You think they want to disgrace their families with an involuntary manslaughter because they were wasted, knowing that he was likely to die anyway, in their drunken panic, in their total hysteria in that moment? Make the decision, or I'll pull up the Ford Edge in front of the flagpole. We'll just take him out of the back door, through the fence, at the side of the house, and we'll leave him by the flagpole and make it look like he was hit by the plow. Only Karen Read, in her guilt, narcissism, hysteria, and drunkenness, makes herself a very easy fall guy. And that's the thing that nobody knew that was going to happen. Nobody accounted for that. She just made it so easy that they just said, we'll just let Karen take the hit. And then, of course, Michael Proctor's the lead investigator, who just makes it so easy. And then everybody else falls in line. Not because they were in on a huge cover up, but because they want a fall guy too. They want a convenient fall guy. Listen, you have to keep in mind, number one, nobody in this group of people ever thought for a single second that there was going to be this kind of heat on them.
And cops in this area do have a history of being corrupt.
Made videos appear and disappear, had doctored videos. This isn't the cops from the Little House on the Prairie. Look at how cops in this area treated the Police Explorers program. Look at the Sandra Birchmore case. Jobs while they're working, going into high schools and having sexual relationships with teenage children.
Not to mention murdering a pregnant woman.
What, are you kidding? These guys are the same cops. DeChico, Fanning, come on. So you don't think that it's possible or even plausible, because we know that Michael Proctor never investigates anybody else, you guys. Anybody else. Never looks at anybody else. Never even interviews the people in the house to find out whether or not John could have been in the house. You have to look at this from a logical perspective instead of, oh, yep, they didn't do it because they were cops and they were just good people, and those good people just would never not call 911 because a police officer fell. You got to look beyond what you want to see. Karen Reed did not back into John going 24 miles per hour for 60 feet because that key cycle belongs to the tow truck driver who made the 3-point turn, got stuck in the snow, and whose wheels were spinning at the rate to make the car think that the car was traveling at 24 miles per hour. And do you know how we know that's absolutely true? Because the world's two smartest scientists and engineers who, oh yeah, work for the National Hockey League and the Defense Department also tell us, yeah, no way. If that man was hit at 24 miles an hour, he would have had bruises from head to toe. He would have had broken bones on his arm, and he wouldn't have had animal scratches on his arm. There's no evidence that she hit him. The only evidence is in her absolute hysteria. She was totally out of her mind to the point where we were able to take away her rights. Oh yeah, in that hysteria, we believe everything she said now. It's so crazy. This is so crazy. I can't even, what is going on? What is going on? How is any of this allowed? Can somebody please do something? Do something.
God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.